The other major news item is kind of almost flew under the radar. Very small. Got little to no media coverage, surprisingly. Saquon's not signing the franchise tag, and that caused everyone to go banana land. So he can't participate in official activities. Apparently, the word is that he's very upset with the offer the Giants made. Giants have withdrawn that offer. So it just based on those actions, you're like, there's trouble in paradise, and like they're not going to get a deal done. And this is the end of Saquon's career as a Giant, and it's going to cause problems in the locker room, which Michael Lombardi has called the disease of me. That clip went viral, and everyone had their comments on it. He also cited Dexter Lawrence. Like, okay, so they're basically these two guys that want big money in their next contract. Look at Daniel Jones, and they see the big money that Daniel Jones got, and they think, well, why is he getting all that money? Because he hasn't done shit. Meanwhile, I'm a Pro Bowler. I'm the top player at my position, so why is he getting $45 million a year and I'm not? Which is just a crazy way to look at life and just like the sport, and it's a little outrageous. Like, so Lombardi doesn't like Daniel Jones, and so now he's projecting his distaste, contempt for the contract onto Saquon and Dexter. It's like, okay, I just don't think it's the disease of me. Why would Saquon be in Arizona with the guys? I mean, he truly likes those guys, and I think him and Daniel have done some great bonding over the years. So it's like, I don't know that I think if he were really that diseased or whatever you want to call it, fed up and wants out, he wouldn't be. I don't know. Same with Dexter Lawrence. Like, I just don't see it. Like, they're looking at what's going on in the market. Now, Dexter's a different situation in case than Saquon, for sure. We know that. Like, Dexter is looking at all these other defensive tackles getting big money that he's pretty much better than, and saying like, okay, I can get at least that's the floor for me. Saquon's not really getting that. I don't think he's getting that kind of reception in the marketplace. And you look at what Miles Sanders signed for. You look at Aaron Jones taking a pay cut, like Derrick Henry. The Titans want him to take a pay cut. The Browns want Nick Chubb to take a pay cut. They're putting him on the trading block. Derrick Henry's going trading block. There's a reason why. It's because their contracts are big, and those teams don't think that it's worth the price tag anymore. And I think the rumor was that Saquon's contract, or the offer, was like 13 something a year, which is above the 12.5 market value that Spot Track assigned him. And he wants like McCaffrey's money, which is 16 a year, which that's rough, dude. That's tough. But then again, you look at like Jalen Hurts, just the Philadelphia Eagles in general. I know I don't like to talk about the other teams, our rivals, our enemies, our foes, on the pod a lot, but you look at what they've done with the friggin' salary cap. Like, I thought they were so screwed coming into the season. I was like, look how many free agents you have. Look how much cap space you have. Look how talented and awesome those free agents are. They're going to ask for more money than what they're currently getting paid, which is way too little. There's no way. You're going to lose a bunch of dudes. And somehow they have now reworked everything so that there needs to be an investigation. That's for sure. We know that. There needs to be an investigation into the Philadelphia Eagles organization, because there is some kind of swindling going on. Embezzling, fraud, white collar shit. Like, there's no, like, this Jalen Hurts contract, what was it? The AAV was like 50 a year or something like that. 50 some odd a year. 5 years to 55, something like that. So more than 50 million a year. And then year one, he's making $6. Again, $6 million counts against the cap space. And someone tagged someone else in the comments and was like, how is this possible? And he's like, oh, well, triple bonus structure. Dude, I have been a fan of not just the Giants, football, National Football League. Unlike baseball, where I only really watch the Mets, if NFL is on, I'm watching it. Never friggin' heard of a triple bonus structure, but somehow the Eagles are pulling it off. So it's like, and we have an Eagles executive in the mix, in the club, in the house. So maybe he can figure out how we can finagle Saquon at 16 million a year and Dexter. There's like voided years, and like, how the hell did they re-sign Bradbury and Slay? How the frick is that possible? I don't get it. So the Giants need to, the Giants have been pretty creative. They were creative last year, and I think they're going to have to get a little bit more creative this year. The Darren Waller contract is a good example. Like, they traded for Darren Waller, who had a big contract, but only half of that's going to count to the cap, something like that. By the way, the people that are like... The people who have the time on their friggin' hands to watch a video, 10-second video of Darren Waller walking from his car into the facilities and not smiling, and then just going overboard and overreacting to that and saying, like, he's already unhappy, he wants out of Jersey, he wants to be back in Vegas, blah, 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 blah. From a 10-second clip of a dude walking. Like, you're a body language expert, and even body language experts aren't 100% correct. I just think, and Giants fans are like, where he's all business, whereas everyone else is like, oh, he hates it there. It's like, dude, as a not only the president but client of the Resting Bitch Face Club, I think I know a thing or two about when it's just like, I'm just focusing and concentrating, thinking about something else. I'm not thinking about how I present myself to some guy holding a smartphone while I walk into the first day of like voluntary camp. Good God.